video, we are going to be installing a Garmin EchoMap 72SV from BRP. As you guys know, I have a 2018 RX TX 300, and normally these this year Vasidu is for the 62CV, the older Garmins. So we had to do a little bit of shopping around. First of all, we had to buy a dual chirp capable conversion cable, like so. And we also got a standard transducer, which is the GT15M IH 8-pin right there, as you can see. So, and we also saved some money because you couldn't get the kit to include this for the 72SV. So I bought this separately, and it was actually a lot cheaper. And then all I needed is to get this cable to convert it. Apparently this is how it's going to be done. Come along to this journey and see what we can do. It's probably going to be a two-part video. I'm going to be installing the Garmin GPS one day, and then the next day I'll be installing the transducer. So let's get going. Okay, so here is the kit, part number 295-101057. So this is all the kit. Comes in this box here, and all the parts you need to install the Garmin GPS. So let's unbox it. Okay, let's begin the unboxing. First things first, you get this cover for the GPS. So this would attach to one of the mirrors, and then the GPS would attach here, but this is the cover part. It's got a protective film on it. Holy cow, they were stuck on there. Damn, they did a good job. But you get the point. There it is, beautiful. So we'll kind of leave that on a bit, so I won't scratch it, but I will get scratched. What else we got here? A shirt and bag. Okay, so we got some cables here. Oh, so this is the wiring. Okay, so this is the wiring. Comes with, this is the power. So this is a custom cable. So this would go to the GPS, and this will go to the power. And then it comes with some twist ties and some twist ties, wire harness or wire, I'm not sure what that is, and then some aluminum bolts. All right, and with that, what else? Okay, so this is what gets bolted on to the mirror. So you bolt this on. So let this say this is your mirror here. This will be replaced. It'll sit and be bolted like that. And then this goes on top of that. Aesthetics. And then the GPS would sit in there. This is a heavy duty, thick plastic. I mean, wow. Not messing around with this. This is extremely stable material. Impressive. What else we got? And you get the Echo Map UHD 72SV OEM from BRP. And that's it in this box. Let's open this up and see what we got. Oh wow. So you get the actual unit in here. This thing weighs a ton. We got the connectors back here. This is the protective cover. And this is touchscreen. And a few buttons here. But I really wanted this because this was touchscreen, so you can quickly navigate through this instead of using like the keypads here. And I love it how it's a 7-inch screen versus a 6-inch screen. So that's why I chose to go this route. But that looks really nice. And then the protective cover on there. Beautiful. Put it aside for now. What's this? Okay, this is the, wow, that looks impressive. Look at that. Garmin really does a good job. Connectors here. So this gets mounted like so. And then your GPS is here, and all the cables get connected here. So this one would be, oh, this one comes around here to protect these wires when you're storing it. And on this side, you got the power, which is this one, the red, it's color coded. That would get plugged in there for power. And then you got the sonar, which we will be using. Where's that cable that I bought? That would go into the sonar. Orange with orange. And then the blue one will get plugged into the transducer. Okay, so I have downloaded and printed out the instruction manuals. If you go to instructions.brp.com, you punch in the part number that you have purchased, it will give you an installation manual, for example, of all the torque settings, the parts that are included in your parts, and instructions of how to do it. Some are very descriptive and some are not. For example, they won't tell you how to take apart the seat or the grill or stuff like that, but just how to install the parts. So I have downloaded the Garmin Transducer. Obviously, like I said, mine's slightly different because I bought it directly from Garmin versus a modified version for BRP. And I downloaded the Garmin EchoMap 72SV. The difference between 62 and 72 again is the size of the screen, 1 inch larger, and it's a touch screen, so easier to navigate. All right, so let's begin. All right, guys, so we're going to start with the transducer. And so first thing is just to remove the seats, which I did. And now we're going to remove all these bolts here. Here, 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 there. Take this off. And take off these. Get yourself a little tray or a cup or something to put the bolts in there. Yours will not have washers. I put these extra washers in mine. So when I do ski towing, I feel like this is more secure. And don't forget, on the first two ones, there's a 10 mil bolt underneath. So when you're unscrewing this, put your hand underneath and make sure you catch the bolt. So let's go ahead and take them off. Alright, pop these open or on. So when you take this off, it says 1. Now we're going to get some spray 9, heavy duty cleaner. You can use vinegar and water. I use that sometimes, or I use spray 9 to get rid of water stains and all that stuff. Just to give it a good clean. I've used it before, no issues, no nothing. Does a pretty good job. I just don't let it sit on there because it is pretty powerful. So just spray it on and then wipe it down. And that'll get rid of all the grease and water stains. Up here in Canada, I don't know about salts and things like that down in the States. But out here in lake water, we just use some vinegar and water or spray 9. Obviously these marks here won't come off because they're scratches on the gel coat from wear and tear of having the hood on. Okay. Moving on to the next step. Okay, so I'm going to loosen this. I'm just going to use a flat screwdriver, my little stubby here. Loosen that up. Let's see how that comes off. That's still pretty tight. So I don't want to yank things or pull things too hard because I just don't know what to expect, what the tolerance is of these things. So we'll just take things baby steps. All right, it's pretty loose now. So this thing's stuck on there pretty good. So the flat screwdriver is not my favorite. So I'm going to see if I can get a ratchet. Okay, loosen that up, and now it came off pretty easy. And also I'm going to take this off so I won't lose it. And then see how this hose is doing. Looks pretty good. That's pretty gross in there. Okay. I wonder if I should take this hose off and clean it. Like, what is that? That's disgusting. That's used, looks like old oil or so we'll take this hose off. and give it a good clean. Since we're in here, okay. It's okay up here. It's only down there. Yeah, it's fine up here. Just down there. The intake hose. Okay. Next, we'll remove this clamp. Oh, turn the camera down. This one and one right here. So I won't record that, but let's get that off. Or maybe I will. Alright, so I loosened this one and it was very easy to take off. I mean, loosen up. So there's one down here. And there's definitely lots. I could have tightened that up more too. You know, rubber, it dries up. Okay, we got that one loose. And I'm using 5/16. All right, let's get this off. Oh, that was easy. How about this side? Oh, that was easy. All right, so the intake is clean. It's not bad. So it was easy to take off, and the transducer is going to go right there, right underneath this. Just move that out of the way a bit. It's going to go right there. So I guess this is the turbocharger here. So the turbocharger was connected to the intake. And that's that. All right. Okay, so I am leveling the Sea-Doo. I put it here where the seat cover goes on, and I got a nice level. So when I am putting the transducer angle on, I have to be level. So in order to do that, you got to be level here so we can, which is not bad. Okay. Not bad, meaning it's within the lines. So now we're gonna have to find, I'm gonna put it right in there and then level it. Okay, we'll try the first one here that I have. Oh, this is 5-degree angle. So, and you can see here it says keel, and the keel is the center of the boat. Or Sea-Doo, so the keel arrow, which means I'd have to put it that way. I'm pretty sure I'm more than 5 degrees. Definitely, just by looking at it, I'm more than 5 degrees. So put that one back, because the transducer comes with like 4 or 5 angles here. And the next one. Yeah, this one looks more like it. So 20-degree angle pointing towards the keel. So let's try that. And that's where the silicone or epoxy is going to go, and glue it to the hull. So we'll put that there. I think it needs to go right about there. How am I gonna see this? Oops. Yeah, how am I gonna do that? Yeah, that's good that way. Question is, how am I gonna do it this way? Okay, so the 20 degrees is perfect. That's the position we want to be in. So 20-degree angle. And I'm just gonna check the manual here where you want to place it. Yeah, so the manual wants us to place it right about there. So and that's where I have it. So you see this bend here. This is the hull. And there's the bend here. And I am exactly at that position. So that's where it's going. And if I move this over, you guys might be able to see. It's lying flat and perfect. Right there. I like it. So I'm going to draw a little circle just because we're going to need to sand it. I'm going to mark it where it's going to go, and then we're going to grab a 220 grit and start sanding the hull. Alright guys, there's my circle. That's where it's going, right there. But that's pretty good. The hull looks pretty dry. This mark here is the wearing when from here. Well, when this spins gets hot or dry and it's not in the water, this is what's happening. So this is not good. When I first bought the ski, I let it run longer than I should have. But that mark there is like 3-4 years ago. I haven't had any problems. So I mean, I wouldn't be totally concerned, but it's definitely an indicator that your wearing, this thing here, is being worn out. So have your dealer inspect it. Okay. Alright, as you can see, I sanded it down. Now we have to clean that area. So you sand it down to scuff it up so you can get a better seal. Okay. Because it's really smooth. Like if you put over here, it's extremely smooth, and then out here it's slightly rough. Maybe I'll do a little bit more sanding. Alright, let's do a little bit more sanding. Very lightly, no pressure. Scuff that up so we get a good seal. All right, there you go. Happy with that? Yes, I am happy with that. Oh, this thing is so annoying. I wonder if I can move it out of the way temporarily. Yeah, that looks nice and clean. Yeah, that's nicely scuffed. All right, so the next step is we got to sanitize it, get rid of all my oil marks from my fingers and from the engine, and so we can get a good bond. Let me clean the turbocharger here, got some dust on it. Okay. So next is to, what's this? You know what, I'm gonna get the air compressor and just blow the shit out of it. Alright, so I've got my air compressor here. Okay guys, I put a twist tie here. I hope I don't forget it, but I just wanted this out of the way so I can have a nice clear view of where I'm going to be mounting the transducer mount, which is right here. Oh yeah, now I can clearly see it. It's a little wobbly. So I can't, I'm gonna mount it a little bit up, out there. Yeah, put a lots of. All right, so next step is disinfect, rubbing alcohol, isopropyl, whatever rubbing alcohol I use. Rubbing alcohol, it should be like 90% or something. I'm not sure, but rubbing alcohol is what I'm using. Isopropyl, IPA, same stuff. Nice clean U cloth I grabbed, not the one I used previously. Like that again. Because we really want this thing to bond. I don't want any leaks, which is the most common problem. Leaks, and then you get a misreading and shit like that. So we clean it a few times. Stinks like rubbing alcohol in here. All right, that's done. What is next? ST3, on the transducer mount. This is the one you buy from the store. The one that you buy with Sea-Doo it's a different plastic, it feels like, and it's got all these lines and it looks like that. So it says to do a flame treatment with this plastic. I'm reading the instructions of this one, which is the one I bought, does not say to do a flame treatment. So we're gonna skip the flame treatment. And the flame treatment means you heat up the plastic a little bit for an even greater bond to the hull. So we're gonna skip that and then move on to the next stage. And okay, 5-minute epoxy glue. Prepare the epoxy glue as per manufacturer's instructions. So we'll let that dry really good, and then we'll get the epoxy ready. And that will be it for me for today. For you guys, it will be like instant, but we're gonna wait till we're gonna wait 24 hours before we mount everything on there, so we can let the transducer mount sit and dry. Okay, so the Sea-Doo manual says to use an epoxy, and the one that I bought manual says to use marine grade adhesive, which is what I bought. So I think I'm gonna stick to these instructions here because this plastic is different. So I'm assuming the marine grade adhesive is adequate for this versus this type of thing where you would use the epoxy. So I'm going to use the marine grade in this scenario. Marine grade silicone sealant, which is this one right here. Okay guys, another quick way to measure your dead rise angle is to grab your smartphone, open up the measuring ruler, drop it down, and if you can see there it says 23 degrees. So the one I picked was 20, and that is perfectly good. So that's as close as we're gonna get. And that is perfect. Really happy with that. There you go, 22. That's 20 degrees. So that's another way you can find out what your dead rise is on your Sea-Doo. And we have another model. This is for the ST3 hull. So anything 2018 and higher that has an ST3 hull, there would be the same angle, 20 degrees dead rise. And the keel, which is the center point here, would be the point. They're pointing this over there, so not like that or anything like that. It's gonna be perfectly this way. So there you go. Next step now is we're going to clean all this up with some rubbing alcohol, apply a generous amount of silicone, and stick it on there. Alright, so I cleaned it with rubbing alcohol, and I'm ready to put some adhesive on here. So you got to put a lot on there. Because of the uneven surfaces. So I'm going to be pretty generous. That looks pretty good. Not entirely happy over here. Put a little extra. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's pretty good. So there you go. I don't know if you guys can see that. So now I'm going to place that sucker, ooh, it's stinky, in here. Extremely carefully. I'm going to twist. I'm not going to push down too hard because I don't want to spread all the silicone away. but I will do a little bit of a twist just to make sure. There it is. Bring it up nice and close for you guys to see. So now that is it for today. Then tomorrow we're going to fill this up with antifreeze, run the wires, and that should be it for this video. And then the second part of the video, I'll make another video after this one, so look out for that, of how to install the Garmin and all the power and stuff like that. That's the easy part, to be honest with you. This is the hard part, getting this done, running the wires, fishing it through the hull underneath and bringing it out to the front of the Sea-Doo. So okay guys, that's the end of this video. Actually, this is the end of tonight for me. Video will continue tomorrow. All right guys, so it's the next day, and now what we need to do is check for any leaks and stuff. I did try to move it around here and it's pretty solid. Silicone's really hard. So now what you do is fill it up with the, not fill it up, but put antifreeze in and leave it for 20 minutes according to the manual to ensure that there are no leaks. So that's what we're going to do. I got some marine antifreeze here, and I'm going to pour it in here. That should be more than enough. And we wait to see if there's any leaks. So let's wait 20 minutes and I'll get back. Okay, so as we wait for a leak detection, we will be installing the harness based on these images here, which is the instruction manual. So basically, the transducer goes in. I don't know why they got it going right under the engine there, but I think we are going around this way. Let's go to the next page. Yeah, we're going to go down this way. Parts removed for clarity. Going through here where it says the red. Down through here. We're going to mount there. Connector, tie these all to the existing wiring. So basically we're going to come through here. And you see these wirings in there. Probably not. And turn the light on. Sorry about that. So we're going to run it through here and harness it to these wires in there. Right along here. We're going to tie off here where you see this little here. Run it around the wires there. Put some tie wraps there, straps, and then inside we go. Now, once we've done that, this represents the fuel tank. You can't see any of this stuff, but basically here's the end of what you see, and this is underneath. So underneath it's going to go, this is the fuel tank. It's going to go across this way. So the fuel tank is about here. So it's going to go inside through here. And then this is the hard part, in my opinion, is the fishing. So I'm going to have to throw a fishing line in through this tube. This is with all the cover removed. We're not going to remove any of this stuff other than the top here and this here where the wires are showing. I'm going to put a fishing line in the left tube, which will come to the right side. As you see, they crisscross. So fishing line down through here, and then find it somewhere about here, which is find the fishing line somewhere about here, and then fish it up through this area and into the GPS. Okay, and we understand all that, and that's it. And then we connect it to the GPS. That's kind of it. So let's start doing that. So what we're gonna do now is take this off and take this off. To take this off, it's pretty easy. 2 bolts to take this off. We have a bolt in here. Right there, and there's one right there. And you smack that this way, and then this whole unit comes off. And then we have to take the cover off, which is the bolt right here. So let's get going. All right, so I took off the T30 bolt here and one there, and then this slides up and towards you. It's got these little hooks here and there, and that will give you access to fish the line and all that stuff in there. Okay, so next step is to take this off. All right, so we took out the 8mm bolt from this side and one from that side. Put that here. And then we push towards us, towards the front, like that. And that gives us access to the power lines to connect power to the GPS. All right. Okay, so I showed you in the picture that there's 2 tubes to fish wires. Well, here it is. Tube number 1, and or this would be the number 1 on your left side, and then the right. So we want to go on the left side here, and then that will come down on this side, and then we're able to fish it through here, through there, and then into this. So next step is to take this cover off. Okay, so I put the 5/8 in there. Well, it's 5/8 here and 5/8 here, or 10 mil, but 5/8 seems to be a more secure fit. So I think that they're using the 5/8 of an inch system. Okay, so then we take this off, which we did. Just keep in mind it has these tongues here. So when you take the screw up, you got to pull that way, and then a little bit that way. So gently pull this way and this way to remove it. Don't just try to yank it up. It's kind of like that. Okay. All right, next is to remove this bolt that was right here, which is 10mm for me. All right. Okay, the next step now is to remove the mirror. Now it's siliconed on there. Most likely I'm gonna break it. I don't see why I would want to say. I guess I could heat it up maybe and peel it off. But it's up to you. I don't know why I would want to keep this, because I'm not going to ever take this off again. So you just put a flat screwdriver in here and pry it off. Okay, so I'm going to heat it up and see if I can remove this, just in case, like if I sell it, then I can at least give the person a glass if they want to remove it for whatever reason. So I'm heating it up. I put a screwdriver in here and just slowly try to pry it off. And broken. So there's no saving it. I'm gonna make a mess. I'm gonna put some thoughts here. So I don't want glass everywhere. So you can actually pry it off, break it, and you can heat it up and try to remove it. Alright, so there's the sticky adhesive there. If I waited another couple minutes, 5 minutes maybe, and let this glass really heat up, I probably could have removed it very easily. But I was impatient, and that's what happens. Basically, the glass is held like this adhesive here, or double-sided tape, right there. Yeah, there it goes. So, if you guys want to save your mirror, heat it up for 5 minutes. Let me put this on the floor. Heat it up for 5 minutes and then slowly take the glass off. It'll come off very easily. Alright, so that's why I do these things, so you guys don't have to screw things up like I do. That can stay. So there we go. So what the next step would be is to mount this piece right here. Boom. And that's how that's gonna look. So remove the top, remove the glass, and then we're able to secure this down. There's gonna be 2 bolts, one there that we took off, and then we're gonna put 1 bolt there, and that will secure it. And then the wires will come through here, down through here, through that hole there, and into this area where we can attach everything. So let's put a couple bolts here. All right, guys, the next step is this came in the GPS. This is the power. So what we need to do is wire that through. So you're gonna put it through here, where we opened it up, through this hole here, which don't fit, as you can see. So we're gonna have to loosen these bolts back up, run the wire through, and then tighten this harness down. All right, so let's get those bolts off. Run the wires. Wow, what a pain. thing. Come on. All right. Let's put this back on. Hopefully we don't have to take it off again. So I'm gonna loosely put these bolts on here. Because we still gotta run the transducer. It's super loose, so I won't forget. And then you want the wire to come out as far as, because the GPS is going to be here, so we want the wire a little bit more slack right there, then you can push it back. So we want it about there. So we're going to put it through the hole here. The GPS will be here. Gives us plenty of room to unscrew it. Bring it in for the winter. Now we're gonna follow this pattern here, like so, and that is it. Let me check the manual. Perfect. It's supposed to come down through here. And then there's a little notch here where we're going to put a tie strap on there. So let's do that now. Tie straps are provided in the kit, as well as the bolts. So I grabbed one of the bolts that I needed for here. And now I'm going to grab one of the tie straps and strap this down. Luckily I did not bolt it again all the way. Probably should have done this without any bolts, to be honest with you. Okay, I will not put that, I'll leave that loose for now. And there it is. Okay. So that's done, and then we wire this wire here. Can you see? Yeah. We put this through here that way. There. Sorry guys, the battery died. So again, we ran through the wires through here, and then we come down the middle through here, and then right about here, there's two of these. One is the power, and this one here is the fuse. So if you have any fuse pops, you would just take this protective cover off with this clip and to check the fuse. And that specifically goes right here. So all your ST3 hulls, your Wake Pro, your GTX, your RXTs, your RXTX will go right here. So I'm gonna slide that on here. I think it's this way. So I'm gonna slide that in there. There's a little notch there. And I'm going to, there it goes. Doesn't feel great, but did I get it on right? There we go. So if you have any fuse issues, I'm gonna strap that down. Come on. Ain't that interesting? There it goes. Now it's tight. Just got to give it a little more oomph. Not really. All right, let me see what's going on here because I need both my hands. Okay, guys, so according to the manual, this is how they want it done. So you put, you slide it in, and then you use a tie thingy to secure it. Okay guys, so you slide this through here, the fuse, and then you use a Loctite around it and secure it down. That's how it says it in the manual. So, and that's how it looks there. So let's tie that up nice and tight around this through here. We're going to mount this nicely and tie all that up like so, and then we'll continue. Okay, so I strapped this here nice and tight. It is secure now. This is the power. This wire is supposed to go here and then turn, and then I'm supposed to put a strap here according to the manual, a tie lock. So let's do that. Like so. Get that nice and tight. Cut off the excess. This is still pretty loose. I don't really like it, but that's how it says it in the manual. So what I'm going to do is put one right here as well. Somewhere down here. But there we go. Strap that in there. I won't put it tight, so it allows for flex. That's where I'll put it. So it allows for a little movement when you're lifting up the cage, the hood. It allows for some flexibility. But at least it keeps it in place. Okay. And then, I don't know if you guys can see, yeah, you can see it. Okay, so now over here, this is my power harness splitter, and here's my power, and I'm just going to plug that in, and now this harness has power. The question is, do I leave it like this? Because there's nowhere else to put it. They have two slots here. For you guys, you probably would have put it here, but I have speakers, and I have the USB ports, and I have an additional USB port, if you've seen one of my other videos that I installed. So I think I'm going to just put a tie strap here and leave it like so. All right, let's just do that, and then we're done. All right, guys, we're done. The wiring, so that goes through here. I put it in a little slot right there. I don't know if you can see, just to hold that in place. Comes around here. Put a tie lock there. I put a loose tie lock here, ran it under here. I put a tie lock there and one here. See-do said to put one there, and then I ran it here, and then got the power here, and I just put a tie lock there because I'm pretty busy here with a lot of power, like I said. So that's it. We are done here. We can literally move back to the transducer and fish that line through. Okay guys, we waited for about an hour to see if there's any leaks, and there are no leaks, so that is really good. So now we're going to install the transducer and run the harness through here, like I explained earlier, and into the GPS. Okay, so we're going to install the back plate of the Garmin GPS here temporarily. We're going to sit it in place here. What you do is you kind of bend these out a little bit and you squeeze this into the teeth here and teeth here. Till it sits in. Yeah, that's about right. So you got that lined up there and that lined up there. So now I can install the power line because this is permanently. So there's a little groove here and 4 pins. There's the little notch at the bottom, and that goes to the bottom. So let's get that in there. Perfect. And then we tie it up. So there we go. So now I have perfect spacing here. Should I leave more? I want to point it down like that, or up like that, which is kind of where it's going to be. It's probably going to be like that most likely. Don't have enough slack. Maybe I'll give it some more slack. There you go. So there we go. So then then I can sit the wire in permanently. So now I can adjust it to however I like. Okay. Now if you bought the transducer from Sea-Doo, then you wouldn't need this conversion cable. But in my case, I do, like I explained earlier. So we're going to slide that under here. Let's just pop this back up like that. Take that off. And the bottom has the indent. And the indent on this is kind of like 6 o'clock for whatever reason. There we go. They're all color coordinated. So this is the sonar, the GPS, etc. Tighten that up. We'll do the adjustment. This is most likely where it's going to be, like so. I think that's kind of maxed out anyways. There we go. And the same slot. They're pretty deep. This better fit through this hole. so I got to really avoid mounting this at all. Wow. Okay. So don't put any bolts on yet until you run all your wires. That in there. Alright folks, now we're going to fish the line. So we start on the left side here and it should come on this side so we can grab the transducer cable, which I have sitting right here. So this is the part I really don't like. I hate my fishing line, but it is what it is. I'm gonna pop that in there. And already stuck somewhere, of course, as usual. Alright, so you're gonna have to play with this, figure out where it gets stuck. Go look in the side here. See if you can find it. Sometimes you gotta be a little aggressive with it. Gotta get it on the first try. Hey, I got it on the first try, guys. Look at that. Like, come on. Boy, am I lucky. Bring that in a bit. Ah! Grab the camera. Let you know where it came out. So that's where it came out, guys. Right here. Right there. Comes sliding out from there. So I'm gonna tie my cable. A transducer cable here. I'm going to tie it and then pull it through. Alright. Okay, so I tied the wire with some electrical tape, and I also taped up the connectors so when I'm pulling it I won't damage it. And there it is. So now we're just going to pull it through. Alright guys, I pulled it through. There it is. So I'm just going to unstrap that, run it through there. I probably should have not put the tie locks yet, so I'm going to cut those off and then put them all together again. So when you're doing it, don't lock everything down quite yet until you got everything fished through. Okay guys, now it's time to run the wires. Again, we're going to run them through here. I just have the transducer sitting on the side there. I don't know if you can see it. Anyways, we're gonna run the wires through here and tie them down along the engine harness. This you just pull up. Has a couple of clips. One here, one here. This one I broke. Trying to figure it out many years ago. But for you guys, just be aware of that. They go into the engine section here, like this, and one goes there. So just push that in and it'll release it. Okay. And that gives us lots of space here now so we can mount this. So I'm going to leave this leave some space here, some extra slack, so because the turbocharger is going to go cable here and that's going to go there, so I just want a little bit of extra. We're gonna tie that right there. And then all the extra, I'll pull it up and I put it into there. So let's go ahead and start strapping this down. Should I go, question, should I go under? I should go under this. Oh crap, and I already fished it. So you're supposed to go under this and under this, and I'm above it and I already fished the line. Shit. I gotta take it all out and put underneath because the transducer will not fit under here. Nope. Wait in hell. Alright guys, well, so basically the wire should be underneath these two hoses. So I gotta take it out and refish all over again. Yay! Oh, is there any way I can get around this? I could just leave it, but I don't want to. I want to do it properly. I want to attach it to this wire and follow it across properly. Alright, so I'm going to redo everything and put it underneath here. Okay guys, I removed it. Pissed off, but put it underneath here. Underneath here. So make sure you do this part first, or else you'll be like me. That's the way the manual says it, so that's the way we're gonna do it. This rubber really is grippy. Jeez. Okay, and it's gonna go above this, so when I put this back, it's gonna be on top of this. So let's make sure we leave enough slack to do that. There we have it. All right, so it's under here. We're gonna strap it here, strap it there, strap it there. I don't know why they give us enough tie locks so we can properly, they just will give you one to put down here. Crazy. Okay guys, repeat the fishing part. I'm not going to show you that again because I already did it. Alright folks, we fished it again. Wasn't so bad. So now I'm just going to put some tie straps here. One here. And wherever you think. I mean, it's not exact science. You just put them where you think it's required. So I'm putting one there, obviously. And I'll put one here, and I'll put one there, and so I'll probably put 4 here. So I'll get that done, and then we move on to the next step. Okay, so we put a tie lock here, a tie lock there, one right there, and one here by the antifreeze reservoir. There's a little notch there to hold it in place, these wires, according to the manual. And then it goes loosely into the front. Okay, so now what we're going to do is install the transducer. So we're going to pop it in, and then screw it down. I wish I had a long screwdriver set. Which one is this here? Look, a small little Phillips. So obviously they don't want you to tie down too tight. But before we do that, we have to remove this, put the washer in, a seal for any leakages, and then we'll mount it in with the arrow pointing the keel. All right, let's do that. Okay, so it comes with a seal. Oh, you know, this stuff dries up. It's so hot in here. I'm gonna put a little oil on this just to keep it from drying up, and then I'll install it. All right, I just put a little oil on there, keep it lubed and soft so it won't dry up and eventually start leaking. And we're just gonna pop it in there. Yeah, make sure you go round and round until it's nicely seated, like so, inside this groove. Because when you pop this in, you don't want it twisting or any of that kind of thing. Now, the only thing that they didn't tell you is how much antifreeze to put in. It says fill it up, but if I fill it up, it's gonna overflow, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna do a little trial and error here. Oh yeah, and the next thing is we're gonna find a screwdriver that can handle that. So a nice long one. This is gonna be an interesting tool to find. Does this fit? No, I think he's going to use a little stubby and just individually do it very carefully. Do stubby. All right, let me find the screwdriver that will fit here, and we'll see if it overflows or not. All right, I found it. It's this little one here. So this only applies if you're using off-the-shelf Garmin transducer versus the one from Sea-Doo, which just snaps on. Okay. Does anyone know what this is? A Tim Allen signature tool. Do you know who anyone knows who Tim Allen is? Comment below. All right, guys, here we go. Okay, no loss. Nothing came out, so I'm gonna put a little bit more. Let's put that cloth there, protect this baby. Let's put a little bit more antifreeze. said fill it up, and that's about almost full. Not really. I got about a 1/4 inch. Yeah, I got about a 1/4 inch left. So let's try that again. And I'm overflowing. So I'm overflowing, so I'm gonna put some rags there. I probably had it perfect before. Let's grab some rags. I'll put it around there so it can absorb it. That would have been nice if they had a line there saying, okay, don't go past this type of thing. All right. And here we go. Perfect. I think I had it perfect before, but. And then very gently and carefully screw down these. We're gonna do it like a tire, a little, some over here, some over here. And then back over here. Then over here. Then back over here. Just so we can get an even seal. Okay, so battery died again, or I think it says too hot. I think I'm saying too hot, so I've changed the battery. So we're going to tighten this down. It says not too tight. That's why the little screws are so tiny. So I'm just gonna with the perfect. 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 There we go. So we're just gonna tighten all those down. Without stripping. Go round and round and round. That's pretty good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, move the rag. Absorbed it pretty good. Wasn't that bad. Fantastic, and that is that, my friends. I'm gonna probably put a tie strap there at some point later. there it is. Oh, guys, let's make sure we take this off. Because that would be so bad. Like, mega bad. All right, that's done. So let's put the hoses back and move up to the front. Okay, now we're gonna reverse the order. We got that in, and get the hose on. Put the clamps on first. Pop that in there. Put that in the turbo. Slide that in there. Slide that all the way till you can't slide no more. No more, no more. Find where you got your clamp. Make sure we got it where it's visible, we can tie it. I actually wanted that over here, but there will work as well. Oh, but then it might rub on this wire, on this hose here. So we gotta take this back off and then turn it around, put it this way because the hose here, we don't want it touching. All right, let's try that again. Pop that in there all the way. It slides on pretty easy. If it doesn't, then loosen up your clamps. Okay, clamps on too tight. So this one will be here. I can screw it in. And look, they had that one backwards, but yeah, it should be there. It used to be there, I believe. Okay, so let's tighten that up. You don't want these things super tight because you don't want to pinch the rubber and rip it over time. But you also don't want it popping off. So that's that. Next is the hose. Because if you over tighten it, then this you squish it so much that eventually it's just going to deteriorate, crush, and break. So you just want a snug fit. All right, so this one, and we're not going to put it at the same spot. We should put it somewhere else. Even though that's the best place, but we'll turn it around, put it this way. Can you guys see? Yeah. So put that there. And then this one. See, there's that there. It was probably there, so we're gonna put it right there so we can access it about there. Oh, I think this is. Okay, which one was it? Let me go find the right tool. All right, got the right tool. So we'll pop that in there about there. Slide her in. And that's it. Get that under there. That one is just stubby. No matter how you look at it. Well, you use a wrench, I suppose. All right, I'll fast forward this in the editing. What's going on here? Okay. And then this one. Okay guys, so now that I got my wire here, I don't want it touching the cooler box, so we're gonna shift that in a bit. That one. So, there. And then we'll put a little tie right there. Yeah. Looks clean, professional, and amazing work. Take pride. Leave some slack there. There you go. Chop, chop. Oh, yeah, that looks amazing. Okay, guys, we are done here. That's in, that's clamped down, that's clamped down, and we're done. So now we technically we could put the top on, put the seats on, and move to the front. Okay guys, we're gonna clean the rubber seal. This is the hood. We're gonna clean and get all these sand or whatever dirt off it, so it won't be scratching the gel coat. And then we're gonna lightly give it, some oil to keep it from drying up, and then we'll slap it on. Alright guys, now I'm going to connect the transducer to my extension cable. This step you guys skip if you have the one that comes with the Sea-Doo. But basically I got to put this screw on, wrap it around there, and then put a washer, a sealer in there. So I did that. Here's what it looks like now. So then I can screw that onto there, it won't fall out. Okay. All right, so I got that on. Now I'm gonna take these two tie locks off and strap this down again. Push it down. Push that down here. And then now we'll get strapped there, and there we have it. So there it is. That's the Now we can put the bolts down. Alright, so I'm not gonna strap this. Probably should there. Strap that in nice and tight. There we go. Perfect. Cut the excess. There we go. And there it is. So that's ready to go. That stage anyways. We're gonna leave these on. We'll leave these rubber ones. Can you see that from the camera? Yeah. You can leave these on and leave that on. In case you take all this off and you want to take this off too. Because you can just unscrew this and take this whole thing off if you're winterizing it. Perfect. Can I get it upside down? No. Looks good. Looks good and looks good. Let's take off this Garmin protector. Okay, so we have about this much extra wire, and we're just going to tuck it in here. We're going to tie it up nicely and just leave it tucked in there. I mean, you can put it wherever you want, but I think it's safe in there. Boom. Cut the end off. Pop that in there. And we are done, guys. Look at that. All done. Put the covers on. And then hook up the Garmin. So I was going to do a two-part video installing the Garmin and then installing the transducer, but as you can see, it kind of needs to work together. So this is going to be one video at the end. So I did one video to do this part, and then we'll do another video how to get this thing going, because there's a learning process for that as well. So we'll put the cover on, we'll put the Garmin in there, we'll fire it up, and if everything's working, then that'll be the end of the video. Alright, so we put the screw in here and the one in there. We're going to put the one back up in here, and then there's one that came with the kit that goes right in there. Once you put the shiny cover on, put one in there. So 2 more bolts and we're ready to go. Alright guys, we got this piece in, screw here and the screw underneath there. And then we're going to put these grips on here that tighten it. Now you gotta line up the holes under here, like so. Then you screw them in, and that will keep the Garmin from going up and down. Locks it in. So put that one there, put that one in there, and then we fire it up. Woohoo! Alright, no screws missing, nothing left. Awesome. Okay. Here we got the big screw and a medium screw left over, which is normal. And we are done, guys. Oh, extras. What to do with that? Just keep it. And there it is. There's the finished product. It's ready to be installed. The GPS. There you go. So let me set up the camera and let's do this. Okay guys, here it is. I just took it out of the bag. This is what it looks like. On the back it's got all the connectors. So I'm assuming we put this here and we put that there. And then we come down like that. And that's it. I don't know. There we go. Free map download code included. Yay. Okay, yeah, this is not installed, right? So. Maybe now it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the key. Where's the key? Dun, da, 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 Oh, my battery's low. I haven't written it yet this summer, guys. But that big long beep was battery low. So give it a little charge tonight. There it is. 7-inch screen. And we're gonna wrap it up here, and then the next video we're gonna get right into this of how to set it up, because apparently we get free maps, and free maps are important because they're not cheap. So see the certificate in your Garmin owner's manual packet, scan the QR code, follow the instructions, download your selected map to reach it. So there you go, folks. Success. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll link part 2 to this video of how to set up the Garmin. Cool. To the next one, guys. As Mark Forrest would always say, but for some reason he doesn't want to say it anymore. But please, Mark, keep saying it. Peace.